Well, I come from a state where the state motto in New Hampshire is live free or die. And that is one of the fundamental issues that's at stake here. And that is about freedom and the role of the federal government. And yesterday we heard the court take up the issue of the individual mandate. And we heard Justice Kennedy pointedly ask about whether, if the precedent is now that the federal government can force you to act, that fundamentally changes the relationship between the federal government and an individual, and that is what is at stake. I believe it's unconstitutional, and that there will be no limits on the scope of the Commerce Clause or federal power if this law is upheld by our court. And if our court were to find the individual mandate unconstitutional, this morning I was at the argument, and the question will be, will the rest of the law stand? And if you look at the precedent of the court, as Paul Clement argued this morning, the individual mandate goes to the heart of this bill, and so I believe that the entire law should be struck down. And in fact, the case that I argued personally before the Supreme Court when I had the privilege of serving as Attorney General of our state dealt with this severability issue. And if you look at the legislative intent here, there's no question, all of you who have followed this bill, that the intent, without the individual mandate, the intent of those that were trying to pass this bill in the middle of the night, it doesn't stand. And so the court should strike down the entire bill. And as Senator Thune referred to with Nancy Pelosi's statement, well, the American people now know what's in this, and they don't want it. It's less choice, it's higher health care costs, it's fewer jobs in this country when you think about the taxes that are imposed by this bill, including medical device companies that are going to ship jobs overseas if these taxes go in place. On the merits, on the substance of this bill, it's the wrong direction for America. And so not only is it unconstitutional, but on the merits, it's the wrong direction to deal with health care costs. So we need market-based reforms that are really going to lower health care costs and not impose a federal one-size-fits-all upon the states.